man and you know what? I'm disappointed in you. Next time you get on live, I want you to tell them how you was talking to a married man. Tell them how you was talking to Cardi B husband.
And this with Tati and Woo Lady and Jamie, it's some voodoo going on over here.
So your first clip on TikTok was you saying I do voodoo. You do voodoo. You do it. I'm gonna show you your first.
It looks like people are saying Taina and G Herbo have officially gone their separate ways, at least based on all the talk making the rounds online. Social media has been going wild with rumors, and it seems like everyone suddenly has something to say. Instead of staying private, the story has turned into one of the biggest topics people can't stop discussing. Every new post and comment has fans trying to figure out what really happened. One of the biggest rumors floating around is that G Herbo may have been getting close to Tati while he was still with Taina. None of this has been confirmed, but the speculation has spread fast across blogs and social platforms. As more people joined the conversation, the rumors only got louder, and now fans are picking apart every little detail looking for clues. If you aren't familiar with Tati, she's best known for her past relationship with Boston Richie. Their relationship attracted a lot of attention online because it was often described as full of drama, constant back-and-forth moments, and headlines that kept people watching. Even after they went their separate ways, people continued bringing up their names whenever new rumors started popping up. Tati has also been surrounded by plenty of online speculation over the past several months.
And you know they married. You old young nappy. Cuban links, he wants pictures in my cars. I gotta drive to 6 hotels to do 25,000 photos, and he's always playing that old stupid music. I don't want to hear Trina. I don't want to listen to Foxy Brown. I don't even know who that is. You talk about everybody.
Talking about
and then you was friends with Ari. How you friends with Ari? Moneybag was trying to talk to you when you was 17 years old.
One rumor that gained traction claimed she used spiritual practices to influence Boston Richie, while others suggested those same practices were somehow connected to her growing popularity. These claims have never been verified, and they remain internet rumors shared by other people rather than established facts. Even so, the conversations have continued to spread across social media, with everyone adding their own opinions and theories. So how does all of that connect back to Taina and G Herbo? That's the question fans have been asking as more rumors continue to surface. Whether the stories are true or not, people online are trying to piece everything together, and that's exactly why this situation has become such a hot topic. According to rumors circulating online, Tati was connected with a spiritual advisor named Jamie. As these stories continued spreading across social media, people began linking Jamie to many of the claims that had already been following Tati for quite some time. None of these claims have been confirmed, but they quickly became a major topic of conversation across blogs and live streams. The online speculation suggested that Jamie wasn't only offering personal guidance and readings, but was also providing other spiritual services that supporters and critics kept debating. Rumors claimed Tati had paid a significant amount of money for those services, with some people even saying the amount reached well into the 5-figure range. These stories remain unverified, but they continued gaining attention as more creators started talking about them.
How you friends with Ari? And you be talking to G Herbo. I'm just trying to figure out why G Herbo, when they got married, you talked to Tati. Calling, telling you loving her, you begging her, all this stuff. Y'all better leave me alone. Y'all better leave me alone, go get Tati. Somebody better get on this phone right now, because the contract is breached. I can say whatever I want to say. That's what somebody better call her. Don't call my phone no more unless you want to go to court. I'm going to say what I want to say, when I want to say, how I want to say it. Get the judge.
Things became even more dramatic when Jamie reportedly appeared on a live stream hosted by Woo Lady. During that appearance, she allegedly shared private details about her past interactions with Tati, leaving viewers shocked by how much information was discussed in public. Clips from the live stream quickly spread online, and people everywhere started debating which parts, if any, were actually true. Jamie also made several personal claims involving other well-known celebrities. Those statements immediately sparked fresh conversations across social media, but they have not been independently verified. As expected, fans had mixed reactions, with some believing the claims deserved more scrutiny, while others argued they should be treated as internet speculation until reliable evidence is provided. The livestream only added more attention to an already controversial situation, and people couldn't stop talking about it. The livestream didn't stop there. Jamie continued making claims about several well-known people, and each new statement seemed to get even more attention than the last. Some of the comments involved alleged past interactions with other celebrities, But those claims have not been verified and quickly became the subject of heated debate across social media. Instead of settling anything, they only created more questions and more online discussions. Then came the claim that really got everyone talking. Jamie alleged that she couldn't understand why G Herbo was planning a future with Taina if, according to her, his feelings were somewhere else. That statement spread across blogs almost immediately, with fans breaking it down from every possible angle.
Ready to go. I want to go to court. Proof, evidence, witnesses. I can't make none of this shit up. And y'all, the record label, y'all got all the proof. I gave it to y'all on my cell phone. I downloaded it and y'all took it all and made me sign. Yeah, I want to go to court now, though, because y'all don't know how to do this right. And I tried to be out of respect because I was having relations with one of your attorneys. But because one of the attorneys want to sit here and play in my face and he's not doing anything about this contract being breached, I feel like you on their...
It's important to note that this remains an unverified claim rather than an established fact. After that, Tati appeared to respond to some of the growing online conversation. Much of her response focused on addressing the rumors surrounding her personal beliefs and the speculation that had been circulating for months. Even with those responses, the internet kept debating the situation, and the rumors continued to spread as people tried to figure out what was really going on. According to the rumors making the rounds online, Tati reportedly wanted to keep these allegations from becoming public. Some people even claimed that large amounts of money changed hands in an effort to keep the situation private. These stories have never been confirmed, but they spread rapidly across social media and quickly became one of the biggest talking points surrounding the controversy. One version of the online rumors claimed that about $50,000 was involved altogether. According to those unverified claims, part of that money was allegedly offered to Woo Lady to stay quiet, while another portion was reportedly connected to the spiritual advisor. These are claims made by others and have not been independently verified. Even so, once people started discussing the numbers, the story exploded across blogs, live streams, and comment sections. Despite the speculation, the situation didn't stay private for long. Woo Lady continued speaking publicly, and clips from the live stream began spreading everywhere. One moment that caught viewers' attention included the statement, "Guess what? And guess what? You the source." That quote quickly circulated online, with people debating what it meant and who it was referring to.
What do you mean put police
What agreement?
on you?
Tell them what was the agreement. Tell them.
It was a $50,000 wire.
Tell them what was the
got
agreement.
35 and you got 15. Stacey, this the
Tell
receipt
them
right
what was
here.
the agreement.
$50,000.
Tell them.
You were part of this payment, Stacey.
Tell me, I didn't get paid $50,000. Tell them why.
Stacey, it's a document.
Tell them what was the agreement.
It's a document. And not
Show
talk
it.
about me. I just showed the wire. I just showed the wire.
Tati,
What
why
you
you
trying to prove?
Why you paid me?
So you can shut the up.
While the internet was focused on all of that drama, another rumor started gaining momentum. According to online speculation, Taina had become aware of everything that was being discussed, and people began claiming that the relationship had come to an end because of everything unfolding online. Those reports remain unconfirmed, but they only added another layer to a story that seemed to grow bigger with every passing day. As the rumors continued to spread, fans started pointing to changes on social media that they believed hinted something had changed between Taina and G Herbo. People noticed that she reportedly unfollowed him on Instagram, and many also claimed she was no longer wearing her ring. None of those observations confirm what was happening behind the scenes, but they were enough to send social media into detective mode as everyone tried to connect the dots. With the speculation growing bigger by the hour, G Herbo decided to respond. According to reports, he shared a message online before later removing it. In the post, he pushed back against the rumors and made it clear that he didn't agree with the stories being attached to his name. He wrote, "I never cared to address a rumor, but I'm tired of hearing ish attached to my name. If y'all think I ever in life begged a B and confessed my love for them that ain't mine, y'all dumb as F on this internet. Be for real. All it take is for a MF to be loud and wrong, and y'all believe him. Don't be silly." Even after that statement, the online conversation didn't slow down. Some people felt his response settled the issue, while others believed it would only spark more questions. Social media remained divided, with fans continuing to debate every new detail and every new rumor that surfaced. At the same time, people continued pointing to Taina's social media activity, including reports that she had unfollowed G Herbo and was no longer wearing her ring. Those observations have led many online to speculate that the relationship may have ended, but neither of them has publicly confirmed that conclusion. For now, much of the conversation remains based on internet speculation rather than verified facts, yet people are still watching closely to see what happens next. Even with G Herbo's response, a lot of people weren't convinced that the rumors would disappear.
No, she wanted Jamie. They want my platform to expose her.
Stacey, you got paid to shut up.
Let's stop talking.
You got paid to shut up. And
no, shut up.
Here's the issue.
I got paid for your ass to get exposed. You was crying.
Here's the issue. You
Tell
got
about
paid.
you was on crying.
You got paid.
Tell about you was on my phone crying.
She
What's
paid
up? The reader to shut up.
And shut the
She paid the reader to shut up because she was going to get, the reader was going to expose you and you had to pay her to shut up.
Instead, fans started looking even closer at Taina's recent activity, trying to figure out if there were any more clues hiding in plain sight. Every post, every story, and every small change was being picked apart by people online, with everyone coming up with their own theory. At the same time, others argued that social media doesn't always tell the full story. Unfollowing someone or changing what you post doesn't automatically explain what's happening in a relationship. Still, because so many rumors had already been circulating, those small details quickly became part of the bigger conversation surrounding the couple. Meanwhile, attention shifted back to the claims involving Tati. Bloggers and content creators began comparing timelines, discussing old interviews, and revisiting previous social media posts to see whether anything matched the stories that had been making the rounds. Much of what was shared was based on speculation, rather than verified information, but that didn't stop people from trying to piece everything together. Another reason the rumors kept growing was because none of the people involved gave a detailed explanation about everything being discussed. That left plenty of room for online theories, with different pages offering completely different versions of the same story. Some believed the situation had been blown out of proportion, while others thought there was more happening behind the scenes than anyone was willing to admit. As more reactions started appearing online, another unexpected voice entered the conversation with claims that added a completely new twist to the story. That new voice claimed there was even more happening behind the scenes than people realized.
I'm gonna show you your first.
How many chickens you cut on Boston?
I'm gonna show you.
How many you did? Do you
know Boston?
You want to call Jamie? You want to call Jamie?
Show the chickens I cut.
Hey, get Jamie up on here. I bet she run.
Come on, bro.
Get Jamie on here. I bet she run.
Show the chickens I cut.
Auntie.
During another online discussion, they suggested that some of the stories being shared publicly only showed a small piece of the situation. According to them, there had been private conversations and disagreements long before any of this reached social media. None of those claims have been independently confirmed, but they gave people another angle to debate. At the same time, several fan pages began comparing older photos, live stream clips, and interviews, hoping to find anything that supported or contradicted the rumors. Some viewers believed they spotted moments that suddenly looked different with all this new context, while others argued that people were reading far too much into ordinary interactions. The same clips ended up leading to completely different conclusions depending on who was watching. Another topic that kept coming up was how quickly online stories can take on a life of their own. A single claim would appear, then get repeated by multiple accounts until many people started treating it like established fact. That's why others reminded viewers that rumors can spread much faster than verified information, especially when several well-known names are connected to the same story. As everyone continued sorting through the different versions of events, attention shifted once again to a recent social media exchange that some fans believed was more meaningful than it first appeared. There was no direct confirmation about what the posts actually meant, but the timing caught people's attention, and it prompted even more questions about whether there was another chapter to the story that hadn't been revealed yet. As people started looking into that social media exchange, another detail began getting attention. Fans noticed that several posts connected to the situation had either been edited, removed, or were no longer easy to find. That immediately led to fresh speculation, with some believing it meant something important had happened behind the scenes, while others pointed out that deleting a post doesn't necessarily prove anything.
What the? I cut two goat necks, 5 oxtails to put voodoo on a spell is going on, y'all. What we in right now? This is some Matrix I understand regular arguing, but they arguing about voodoo?
Without direct confirmation, people were left trying to interpret the changes for themselves. Around the same time, a few entertainment blogs highlighted how quickly the narrative had shifted. What started as rumors about one relationship had expanded into conversations involving multiple personalities, old claims, and past headlines. Because so many stories were being mixed together, it became difficult to separate verified information from online theories. Different creators were reaching completely different conclusions, using the same clips and screenshots. Some fans also questioned whether the silence from certain people involved was intentional. They wondered if staying quiet was simply a way to avoid adding more attention to the rumors, or if there was another reason for not responding. Others argued that not every claim deserves a public answer, especially when much of the discussion is based on speculation rather than confirmed facts. That difference of opinion kept the conversation split between those expecting a response and those who felt silence didn't mean anything at all. Then another clip began making the rounds online. In it, viewers believed they noticed a subtle moment that could hint at lingering tension, although nothing in the clip directly confirmed the theories being shared. Even so, the timing of its resurfacing caught people's attention, and many started revisiting older interviews and appearances to see if they had overlooked details that suddenly seemed more significant in light of everything being discussed. As older interviews started getting another look, viewers began focusing on comments that had previously gone unnoticed. Some fans felt certain remarks sounded completely different now that they were being viewed alongside the recent rumors. Others argued those clips were being taken out of context and that it was unfair to attach new meanings to old conversations. Without additional confirmation, people were left interpreting the same moments in very different ways. Another interesting detail involved how quickly online opinions shifted. At first, many people accepted the earliest rumors at face value, but as more information and different viewpoints surfaced, others became much more cautious. Several content creators even reminded their audiences that internet stories often evolve over time, and the first version isn't always the most accurate. That led many viewers to revisit earlier claims with a more critical eye. Meanwhile, supporters of everyone involved continued defending their favorites. Some believed the speculation had gone too far and that too many assumptions were being made based on social media activity alone. Others felt there were simply too many coincidences to ignore, pointing to the timeline, the live stream discussions, and the online reactions as reasons they thought something more had happened. Neither side could point to official confirmation, which kept the debate centered on opinions rather than verified facts.
You had G Herbo? You had G Herbo? Every day some be who my bitch right now, my life. You had G Herbo? Her bed? Like who didn't you hunch? Who didn't you hunch? I just want you to know, Tiana.
Just when it seemed like everyone had already shared their perspective, another online personality weighed in with their own version of events. They claimed to have heard additional details from people familiar with the situation, though no evidence was provided to support those statements. Even so, their comments introduced another layer to the story and raised fresh questions about what may have been happening away from the public eye, setting up the next development in the timeline. Those new comments quickly became another piece of the puzzle that fans tried to figure out. The person speaking suggested there had been conversations happening privately long before the public ever started paying attention. However, they didn't provide documentation or independent proof for those claims, so viewers were left deciding for themselves how much weight to give the story. Some believed the statements added helpful context, while others felt they should be treated as speculation until more information became available. At the same time, people noticed that neither Taina nor G Herbo had continued going back and forth publicly about the rumors. Instead of posting lengthy responses, both appeared to keep their focus on their own lives. That silence led to even more debate. Some interpreted it as a sign that they wanted to move on, while others wondered if they were simply choosing not to respond to every headline and social media discussion. Another topic that caught attention was how quickly online narratives can change. One day, a rumor seems to dominate every conversation, and the next day, a completely different claim starts making the rounds. Because of that, several commentators encouraged viewers to separate verified facts from opinions and to remember that screenshots, edited clips, and anonymous sources don't always tell the complete story. It's a reminder that not every viral post paints the full picture. Even with all of that, one question continued coming up. If the rumors were completely off the mark, why had so many different people connected to the situation started sharing their own versions of events around the same time? That timing became another topic of discussion, especially after additional reactions and subtle social media activity gave people yet another reason to examine what happened next. As more people revisited the timeline, they started comparing when the rumors first appeared with the social media activity that followed. Fans noticed that several conversations seemed to overlap, leading some to wonder whether everything was connected or whether unrelated events had simply been grouped together. Without clear confirmation from the people involved, those questions remained unanswered, leaving room for different interpretations. Another point that kept coming up was how quickly online rumors can build momentum.
You had Ari's baby daddy and her husband and started spraying that girl perfume in her face. Tati, wait. If you was bumping Boston Richie, if you was bumping him from the back, you was bumping him. I hope not.
One person shares a claim, another account reposts it, and before long the story is being repeated across multiple platforms. Along the way, small details often get changed, new theories are added, and opinions begin sounding like established facts. That's why many viewers pointed out the importance of separating verified information from speculation, especially when there are so many conflicting versions of the same events. Meanwhile, fans also started paying attention to how those closest to the situation were responding. Instead of making direct statements, some appeared to carry on with their usual routines online, posting everyday updates without mentioning the rumors. That led to even more debate, with some believing the silence was intentional, while others argued it simply meant they didn't want to give more attention to unverified stories. Neither explanation could be confirmed, but both viewpoints continued circulating. Then another unexpected detail caught people's attention. Several entertainment pages highlighted older interactions that hadn't received much notice at the time, but were suddenly being viewed in a completely different light. Whether those moments actually meant anything is still open to interpretation, yet they gave fans another piece of the timeline to examine as the story continued to unfold. While fans continued sorting through old posts and recent reactions, another discussion started gaining attention. Instead of focusing only on the rumors themselves, people began questioning where many of the original claims had actually come from. Some pointed out that several versions of the story traced back to live streams, reposted clips, and anonymous online sources, rather than official statements. That realization caused many viewers to take a closer look at how the narrative had developed over time. At the same time, others noticed that every time a new claim surfaced, it was often followed by another account adding extra details that hadn't appeared before. Sometimes those additions matched earlier rumors, while other times they completely contradicted them. Because of that, it became increasingly difficult to know which parts of the story were based on first-hand information and which parts had grown through repeated online speculation. The timeline became more complicated with every new post.
Tati, how was it? Like, that's all I really want to know. I just want to know how it was. Like, was it good? Was it engaged? Like, I need to know this.
Another interesting point was how differently fans interpreted the same events. Some believed the recent social media activity spoke for itself, while others argued there simply wasn't enough verified information to reach any firm conclusions. Even entertainment commentators couldn't agree, with different creators presenting completely different explanations using many of the same screenshots and public posts. That left viewers comparing multiple perspectives instead of following just one version of the story. As those conversations continued, attention quietly shifted toward whether anyone else connected to the situation would decide to speak publicly. A few familiar names began appearing in comment sections and online discussions, leading some fans to wonder if another response, or perhaps another unexpected claim, was about to add a new chapter to everything that had already unfolded. As people waited to see if anyone else would respond, fan pages kept digging through older content looking for anything they might have missed. Past interviews, podcast appearances, and social media posts were suddenly being viewed with fresh eyes. Comments that once seemed ordinary were now being discussed as if they might carry a completely different meaning. Whether those interpretations were accurate remained unclear, but they certainly gave people plenty to analyze. Another detail that stood out was how different every version of the story seemed, depending on where you looked. One entertainment page would focus on the relationship rumors, while another centered its coverage on the live stream claims. Elsewhere, creators concentrated almost entirely on social media activity, suggesting that follows, unfollows, and deleted posts were the biggest clues. With so many different angles being presented, viewers often found themselves comparing multiple sources before forming their own opinions. Some fans also questioned whether too much attention was being placed on online speculation instead of verified information. They argued that public figures are frequently surrounded by rumors that grow far beyond the available facts. Others responded that when several unrelated stories begin surfacing around the same time, it's natural for people to wonder if there's some kind of connection. Without official confirmation, both viewpoints continued to exist side by side. Then another unexpected twist started getting attention. A few commentators claimed that there were still private conversations and unseen details that hadn't made their way online. No supporting evidence was shared publicly, so those statements remained unverified. Even so, the possibility that more information could eventually surface left many viewers wondering whether the full picture had yet to be revealed, especially as more subtle reactions began appearing across social media. So where does all of this leave the situation? One more detail caught fans' attention when Taina shared a message on her Instagram stories. It read, "Things money can't buy. Morals, integrity, boundaries, character." That post immediately sparked a wave of speculation, with many people wondering if it was directed at anyone in particular or if it was simply a general message. Since she didn't mention any names, there's no way to know for certain what she meant, and any connection to the ongoing rumors remains purely speculative. Naturally, people online started coming up with their own theories. Some believed the post could have been referencing the recent online drama, while others thought it might not have been related at all. Without any clarification from Taina herself, everyone was left interpreting the message in their own way. As for the relationship rumors, neither side has publicly confirmed exactly where things stand. So much of the discussion continues to rely on unverified reports and social media observations rather than confirmed facts. Now it's your turn to weigh in. What do you think is really going on here? Do you think the internet has connected too many unrelated pieces? Or do you believe there's more to the story that hasn't been revealed yet? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear your take. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more updates, and share it with anyone who has been following this story. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.